So my goal is to try to tease apart a little bit the kinds of governance, the kinds of activities that happen under the rubric now of internet governance. And this is a little bit from the perspective of a participant in a number of these processes, as a government official, and now as a scholar trying to make sense of all the different pieces of this field. I put this picture together really just to illustrate that the extraordinary, what I regard as the extraordinary horizontal nature of the internet as it relates, first of all, to our world, but by extension as it relates to the policy environment. There is no single place where internet governance happens. Just a few examples from here. We have critical governing acts that relate to the internet in venues where governments really dominate. Judiciary, legislative branches have made obviously critical decisions about the internet, and formal international bodies, regulatory agencies. That's kind of on the top of this picture here. On the bottom of this picture is the more bottom-up kind of effort that has shaped the internet in so many ways, everything from the standards bodies to the administrative bodies like ICANN. I think the social norms and market practices that have developed in the internet have been a critical part of shaping. They certainly represent a number of stakeholders. They don't necessarily meet the definition of multi-stakeholderism, but they represent more individual initiative. And then we have these interesting bodies like the OECD, which has produced an important set of internet policy principles that Karen Kornblue referred to yesterday. And they're, on the one hand, an intergovernmental body, but they've worked very hard to include a number of private sector stakeholders. So I guess if you take away nothing from this presentation but one point, it's that there's no single place that internet governance happens. But as Jean says, I think governments around the world, other institutions that care about the internet, are really searching for a theory about, decision-making theory about a wide variety of internet policy questions. Everything ranging from how should we do technical standards, how should we manage critical resources like the domain names and numbers, and then how should we address public policy questions like privacy, surveillance, cybersecurity, et cetera. What I'd really like to persuade you of is that we need to think about this issue fundamentally in two categories of decision-making and institutional design. The first category